What's going on, guys? So, for today's experiment, weird video, whatever you want to call it, we are going to be using a rather dangerous substance, an everyday household item that some people take for granted. What is it? That was less dramatic than I thought. Dusting spray. Dusting air, dusting cans, whatever. These things are used, to dust your electronics. I don't know what else. You can dust off everything, okay? It's basically a bottle that sends out really high pressured gas, air, whatever. And yeah, it just blows all the dust away. Now the thing about these things though, is that after using them for a good while, that gas inside it, which I am not sure what it is. I looked at the ingredients here, but there's only one ingredient which I cannot pronounce. It's difluoroethane, something like that thing. But yeah, anyways, that thing gets really, really cold on the outside. And on the inside too, if you flip it over, it releases the gas and freezes everything on touch. Well, not that dramatically, but it freezes everything it touches essentially. So we're gonna be testing out several items, things, food, snacks, to see how will they freeze, to what extent will they freeze? Will they be edible? I don't know, let's find out. Alright, so let's pop these open. Now, I don't know if you can tell or not, but this is terrible angling, lighting, whatever. I have a very limited space, but for higher quality purposes of video and effects, whatever you want to call it, I am doing this, so bear with me if you don't see my head probably here, or my cap. Lovely cap, isn't it? I'm always gonna wear it, guys, so get used to it.
Let's get open this. I don't want this to be a super long video, so woo! Let's pop that right open. Oh, I almost forgot. Safety first and...
Guys, kids, women, everybody, dogs, cats, do not do this at home. This is very dangerous. There's actually a lot of warnings saying do not do this, do not try this. Well, not this specifically, but not for you to flip it over and inhale this.
So to save myself to a certain degree, I will be putting on a face mask. And I know it's not the best thing. My eyes! It's not the most, protective feature, but at least I won't be inhaling all the, harmful things. If it can prevent the current, I cannot say it because YouTube will ban me, thing going on, then it can sure protect me from this, I hope. Anyways, and I will also be using some gloves because I want to freeze my fingers off, because they will be freezing. Now, I'll hold off to the gloves for a little bit, but we'll see how things go. Actually, you know what? I will wear them because the first item is pretty small, and I probably will be freezing my hands off. So we're going to use that, and we're using double protection. If I can manage to put these on, that'll be great, but let's see if we can do it. I feel like a clown. Wait, well, amongst other things. You boys know what I'm talking about. What? And it looks the same. Anyways, let's not get too graphic. This feels very uncomfortable, but I should be protected enough.
So, first item on the agenda, gummy bears, my favorite, as you know. This is very hard to hold, but anyways, you can see they're really flaccid, really squishy, gummy bears. Now, this is normal. You don't see anything. It's wind, it's really strong, non-harmful. Now if I flip it over, whoa. Now that's the stuff we're looking for. Oh god, I'm gonna freeze my hands, aren't I? Anyways, let me give it a try. If I cannot hold off to it, I'll just put it on the table. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my fingers are getting chilly. Look at that. Gummy bear is freezing effectively.
And so are my freaking fingers. And the gummy bear is stuck to my finger because it is partially frozen. Very crispy.
Very cool. Is it frozen enough? Ah, it actually is crunchy. Yeah, I lost some elasticity, however my hands are heating it up really quickly, so...
I will, for the sake of my fingers, put it on the table. I hope I don't ruin this table, but I probably will. Anyways, I am hoping you guys can see this. It's a gummy bear. Let's put 2 more gummy bears. There we go. If you don't see one, maybe you'll see the other 2. And let's freeze them away. Whoa, not literally, guys. Softly.
Can you hear the crackle? Look at that. Instant frozen. Do you hear that? These things are solid. Oh, there's a hair in there. Nasty. But these things are solid. Damn. So, gummy bears, really effective against gummy bears.
And this table's gonna get ruined, so towel. Alright, let's not take too long, because as always, these videos will be too long. Gummy bears, perfecto.
Now we got a grape. Now grapes are mainly composed of water and sugar, so.
It should freeze perfectly fine. Well, let's just do it for the shits and giggles. Why don't I... Why don't they pour a continuous... Oh, and it smells nasty. They put a bittering agent in these things so people are not, inclined to inhale it. And it's really effective. Like, I can almost taste it through this thing. So yeah, it's really bad. Anyways, you are not supposed to do it constantly like this. Because if you do, this actually loses pressure. And it takes a while for it to recoup and release gas strongly again. So if you ever use one of these and say, why did it lose all of its pressure if it still has, up to here? It's because you used it for far too long. So guys, take short breaks, like this. And let's do it again. It's almost completely frozen. Now, let me try just a little bit more. Ooh, that feels so nice. Very nice, very nice. Harmful, but nice.
Since the grape is really thick, it does not freeze completely, but I am sure that if I sprayed it for another 40 minutes or so, it would be effective. As in, wait, what did I say? No, I'm so stupid. Not for 40 minutes. If I freeze it for another 40 seconds continuously, it would probably freeze all the way through. Right now, it's very hard. I'm trying to squeeze it. I actually am. I don't know if you can see it. Fucking trying. But it does not pop because it is effectively frozen on the outside. On the inside, though, not so much. So, grape. That's okay. Now, let's do an Oreo. My favorite. If you haven't seen my previous videos, I actually eat Oreos with the weirdest things imaginable. I will point it right there. Over there? I think it's over there.
Anyways, Oreos. You know how Oreos go. So there, releasing a lot of crackers. Now let's freeze this puppy up. Woohoo!
Look at that thick sheet of ice. Very thick. Thicker than those Instapots. And it fell right. Ooh, okay, I found a new way to get the cream off the Oreo without you losing it all in the cookie. There we go. Very frozen. Look at that smoke. So beautiful. I love it. So nice and frosty. Now, for enough money, I may eat this, but not now, guys. Not now. I'm kidding, YouTube. I won't. But yeah, no, very frosty. Definitely rock solid. Now the cream is still kind of it's still creamy. But
let's see if we can freeze it to a hard rock. Now I'm doing it very softly, guys, because if I do too hard, for starters, I splatter everywhere, and I don't actually aim at the cookie. I'm sure it's stronger, but it can't be too wasteful. Although I do have another 3, in case this one runs out.
And pretty freaking frozen. Now let's see. Solid. Solid. Very solid. Success. That's how the cookie crumbles. Next, we got bread. My name is bread. But yeah, this bread is a little bit hard though. So maybe, it's pretty soft, I think. It's not that crunchy. Yeah, no, that's my gloves. But, let's freeze this bread.
Would you like some frozen liquid on your bread? Ooh, that looks nice. For this, we can actually use more spray since the bread is bigger.
I just thought about it, guys. If you can't really hear me because of this, I'm so stupid. I just realized it, but I'm sorry. Anyways, this bread looks like the frozen tundras of the Arctic. Very freaking frozen. Look at that. Ooh, I love this effect right here. You can't get this anywhere else, guys. And it's covering my face, but who cares? You don't want to see my face, you want to see the bread. Now, very crunchy. Okay, not that hard sounding, but because I have to freeze the other side.
Some shakes.
There we go. Pretty frozen. pretty crunchy, and drop. Huh.
Excuse me, like that. Now. Well, it is pretty crunchy. God damn it, it got in my mouth. It's nasty. Well, it is pretty crunchy and clearly very. Oh no, it's getting in my mouth. It's hideous.
Well, it is pretty crunchy. Definitely almost rock solid. The fact that the crust is not completely frozen, since I am touching it with my fingers and whatnot, it doesn't make that crunchy sound when it hits the table. But, oh well, I would say it does freeze successfully. And maybe you got a sneak peek at it, but an egg. Now this egg is not hard boiled. It is actually still liquidy inside. I don't know if you can hear it. Let me try to shake it. I don't know. It moves inside. But yeah, anyways. Egg. Let's see if it freezes. Yeah, let's see if it freezes.
Damn! Alright, now. Oh, it's nasty. Oh, I wish I could step out of the room. But I'm not going to. I will dish it out and I'll probably die in the process. No, I won't, YouTube. Now.
This is clearly frozen to a certain degree. The egg. Huh? I don't feel it moving. Now, I'm gonna do something stupid. Hopefully it doesn't explode, because if it does, it'll be. Ah, it's so cold. It'll be a really big mess. But I didn't think this through, but I will be cracking this egg. Let's see if it cracks. Now here is a plate that I had. These Oreos are actually good, so I'll put them away. This is a plate that I had. I will be trying to crack it here and see if it actually froze. Here's the egg, it's completely frozen. You probably can't tell. Let me just freeze it a little bit more just in case. There we go. Okay, now let's crack it. Since I don't have a plastic cup, glass cup or something, I'll be using this. And hopefully it doesn't explode everywhere. And ooh, nice. That was a bad idea. Excuse me. Let's see. And 1, 2, and 3. Clean little crack right there. Now, will it? Oh, look at that! The outside actually froze very nicely, and the inside is still a little bit yolky, but it actually does freeze. Look at that! It is almost like a hard-boiled egg, but in a frozen egg. Yep, it is very frozen, except for the yolk. But all of the egg white itself is completely frozen out. Thawed out, frozen, whatever the hell. There it is. Ew. Nasty, but frozen egg white. That wasn't that bad. I thought it was gonna explode in my face or something.
And we're done with that. That's quite the mess. Let me get another Bounty towels. I'm not sponsored, sponsor me.
Anyways, let's get right to it. You guys should do a drinking game every time I say anyways or so. Take a shot. I'll be quite drunk by the end of it. So, damn it. There it is.
We will be
Pokemon cards. That's right, a Pokemon card, because why not? I love Pokemon, don't get me wrong, but Stunfisk, terrible Pokemon. Like, who thought of this? Who? Seriously. Like, I'm sorry. Most Pokemon are beautiful. Most. But some of them are just annoying. Like Rattata. Like, really? Rattata? And this is just a water energy because I couldn't find a Zubat. If you don't know what a Zubat is, it's a bat. with no eyes and a huge mouth. And it's very annoying. It finds you in caves all the time. And funny enough, I could not find one of those cards because I hate them. And thankfully they don't make too many of those, or at least they don't anymore. Anyways, Rattata. Now, since this is cardboard, and cardboard, just like paper, is very... I forgot the word for it. But it basically does not freeze that well or get too hot. It is something thermal, I forgot what it is. So we unfortunately cannot make a frozen castle with Elsa for this time. Especially since I cannot balance a card to save my life. Oh well. Pokemon cards definitely cannot freeze.
So sad. That and probably anything with cardboard substance.
And on that note, we will be freezing a suck! Because suck it! Suck effectively does not freeze. Or at least it doesn't seem to. I almost wasted this. Actually, I did waste it pretty much. There's not much left. Whew. You know what, guys? I am gonna step out for a little bit. And we are back. Now, I just have to get the fresh air. Fresh breath of air. Because my room is like a little mushroom cloud of nastiness. I don't know how to describe this. It's just very sour. Bitter. Bitter is the word. And it's not even like a lemon or something sour. It's just a taste that you cannot describe, but it's just hideous. And it's so nasty. But anyway, sock definitely does not freeze. I pretty much finished the can and nothing happened with it. Well, then again, I also wasted on the Pokemon cards, but oh well. Sock does not freeze, and therefore clothes do not freeze. They do get kind of chilly and kind of hard, but not hot. I can still taste it. We are gonna use water and Coke. Water and Coke. Well, Coke Zero. Now these are room temperature, and my room is currently should be at like 77 degrees, so it's pretty hot in here. Not gonna lie, I have a fan on and it's still pretty hot. So, yep, not even cold, nowhere near cold. I don't know if we will freeze them. I highly doubt it, but let's see how cold we can get them. If we can get this to a point where I like it, then it should be cold enough. And this could be a very expensive but fast way to freeze a drink. Let's find out. Yeah, let's start with the Coke, because the water, I don't know. I'd rather freeze the Coke and maybe not the water.
Now, I think in terms of... that's hideous. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be cooling off. Like, this is very cold where the... You know, the can was hitting it. The spray of the can, the pressure, whatever, was hitting it. But in terms of it feeling colder, overall, it still feels pretty warm. So, definitely... Probably not going to be enough for the water, so... Ignore that. We are just going to be trying to freeze this Coke. Since after all, aluminum is a better temperature receptor distributor. Temperature distributor. Let's call it that. Now, I finished the can. Well, there's still a little bit left, but not enough. The pressure ran out, and by the time it comes back, this thing's gonna heat up, so let's see if there was any change to it. Now, since I don't want to taste the bitter agents, let's hope that this towel will be enough. I don't think so. Alright.
Let's come back into the chemical warfare ground zero. A little tap here and there. If you didn't know, if it gets really gassy or really, oh god, it's really pressured up. This is a bad idea. But anyways, when they fall out of pressure and they shake a can, supposedly, if you tap on it, multiple angles, it releases the pressure, or it settles the pressure just a little bit. So let's see if it works, and if it explodes, well, this should be a fun video, shouldn't it? That was a bad idea. Anyways, let's hope it does not explode. Ha! It worked! Perfect! Did not explode. It smells much better than my room. And let's take a sip of it. Let's see if it got any cold. Oh god! Ugh. Oh, the bitterness of the freaking spray. Fuck! Oh, no! Get this thing on. Alright, so definitely no. I wasted a full can, pretty much, on this Coke. And it did not get cold to the point where it's drinkable. It did not whatsoever. Oh, it feels so much better. Oh, there, much better. So yeah, an air spray cannot get a Coke to be cold enough to drink.
Well, it is slightly fresher than it should be. It's not drinkable enough, if that makes sense. Maybe for a water, if you're really hot and you want to pour. If you're really hot, then just pour this on yourself just slightly. Just very slightly, so it's not dangerous and you don't get frostbite. But otherwise, it's not gonna work on your drinks. There's too much volume in here for that thing to freeze effectively, that is. Maybe if you took enough time and did it in small spurts here and there and waited for the freaking, the cold to cool off and then do it again, maybe. But otherwise, I don't think so.
So, end results. It works on smaller pieces of food, on cookies, gummy bears, definitely, gummy items. It works on, what else do we have? Well, it works on paper, because paper is really thin. Does not work on cardboard though, because it's thicker consistency. Plus, it also has a glossy material in the end. And does not work on bigger item volumes of item. It does work on eggs though, but we did waste like more than half a can for that, so yeah. It is a really waste. Like, you can use this to freeze many things. You can get frostbite really easily if you use this. But for food freezing purposes, don't use it, guys. Don't use it. It's not worth it. You're gonna waste more money using this and just throwing it in the freezer and waiting a couple of hours. So, yeah. End result, fun. But don't do this at home, guys. For more crazy things, don't forget to hit like, smash that like, freeze that like button, subscribe, comment if you want to see this again, if you want to see other things, if you want me to freeze other things, if you want me to burn things. If you like something else, if you want to recommend something else, hit that subscribe, comment, and like, and I will be checking you out in the next one.